And we welcome you inside of the Panther Den as we get set for another non-conference tilt. It's the Cherokee Braves and the Franklin Panthers doing battle on the varsity side, getting started a lot later than usual, almost an hour later, because the JV girls went almost 2 hours. That game did not get over until about 5:45 as the lights are coming off here in the Panther Den. The Lady Panthers are being introduced. We'll head down to our public address announcer, Becca Brooks.
All right, Panther fans, get on your feet and welcome your Lady Panthers. Starting out at point guard, a sophomore wearing number 10, Bristol Brooks. At guard, a junior wearing number 1, Riley Green. At guard, and a junior wearing number 2, Layla Malloy. At forward, and a senior wearing number 32, Malia Mason. And at center, and a senior wearing number 30, Caitlin Foster.
That's the starting lineup for the Lady Panthers. The defending state champion, two-time defending state champion Lady Braves are out on the court. Their first basketball game since winning that state championship back in March. Their second straight, 23 and 24. Should be a good one tonight. Glad that you have made your way to the Franklin Panther Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook. It'll be Caitlin Foster that will jump center against Jocelyn Stamper. Stamper, the daughter of Miranda Stamper, the head coach for the Lady Braves. We'll get this one underway very, very shortly. Panthers took it on the chin Tuesday night to North Buncombe. We are underway. It's the Cherokee Braves with the opening possession and the opening points. Lady Braves play an up-tempo, high-pressure defense, and we just saw a turnover already 10 seconds into this one. A turnover for the Panthers. And Lady Braves defense causes it. And they have been running roughshod over their competition over the past couple of years, not just in the mountains, but in the state championship game as well. Won by over 50 in 2024. Fight for it. Who wants it? And a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go to the Panthers. Body's hitting the deck. So the Panthers will trigger full court press for Coach Stamper and her Lady Braves. Into the corner it goes. Bristol Brooks. She'll find Riley Green. Then Green turns it over. Back-to-back turnovers for the Panthers. Underneath shot wouldn't go, but a foul going to be whistled on the Lady Panthers. That will send Madison Rogers to the line for a couple of shots as Riley Green picks up her first, and it's the team's first in this ball game. Madison Rogers, Jr., hits the first for Coach Stamper. And the Lady Braves up 3-0 early on. Much anticipated matchup between these two teams because it is the first game out of the gate for the Lady Braves. A lot of fans in the stands having to wait almost an hour before this one tips off. Almost another turnover. It is a turnover. Badea Swimmer lost control. Riley Green picks it up. She's into the front court. Being harassed, it's over to Bristol Brooks now. She's going to reset the offense for Coach Scott Harbarger and the Lady Panthers. Over it goes. Riley Green lost control of it briefly. Lazy pass going to be eventually picked up by Foster. Foster going to find Bristol Brooks, and we're heading the other way. They're going to whistle an offensive foul. Yeah. A moving screen up top. Foster picks up her first foul, and it's the second one whistled on the Panthers early on here, just about a minute in. Padea Swimmer runs the point. Up top, she's going to attack to the hole. Gets bumped. Padea Swimmer will be at the line for a couple of shots as she found a lane. Riley Green going to pick up her second foul, and it's the third on Franklin. Already some foul issues, and we're only a minute and a half into this one with the Lady Panthers in the first quarter. First one up and good for Padea Swimmer. Heading to the University of Hawaii. She signed to play all the way in Hawaii. I'm sure her family will love seeing her visiting in Hawaii, especially in the winter months. Like it's 40 degrees and cloudy right now. I want to head to Hawaii. Fast break off the glass. Good. Daisy for Killer Raby. Makes it an 8-0 Lady Brave advantage. Panthers have yet to scratch. Another turnover. And a traveling violation whistled on for Killer Raby. A lot of these girls were on that team last year that won back-to-back state championships, 24 and 25. For Killer Raby, one of them, Swimmer, the other. Number of names you recognize if you follow the Braves. Another turnover. Here comes Lassie. Lily Lassie able to get the bucket to make it an even 10 early on. Up court, it's Malloy, and Malloy lost it. Daisy for Killer Raby couldn't get it to go. Rogers, second shot, no. Another offensive rebound. Third shot for Lassie wouldn't go. And a rebound, foul. See if she was in the act. Yeah, they're going to send Lassie to the line here. The sophomore, Coach Stamper, 2 shots. First one, can't get it to go. One more at the charity stripe. Padea Swimmer checks back into the game. Got a brief respite on the bench. That's the one thing about Cherokee, playing this up-tempo offense and defense. A lot of fast breaks, and they rotate in a lot of girls off the bench. Missed the second shot. Offensive rebound, that one wouldn't go. Another steal. Shot from the corner, no. Stick back up and good, Madison Rogers. Panthers in the backcourt, call another turnover. Swimmer wouldn't go. Fight for it, body's hitting the deck. What happened? Whistle foul on Cherokee. And it's going against Madison Rogers. That'll be the first whistled on Cherokee, the first on Madison Rogers. We've got a timeout on the floor. Coach Scott Hardbarger has seen enough for the Lady Panthers, and he has called timeout. First of 2 this week for Cherokee. They'll take on the Natahala Hawks tomorrow night. Franklin played on Tuesday and lost to North Buncombe here at the Panther Den. We'll be back in action coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, or make that Friday of next week. Conference play next Friday. So out of the timeout, Franklin has possession. It'll be Aubrey Newsom. She'll get it in to Bristol Brooks. Brooks brings it up across that timeline. Lost it. It's going to stay with the Lady Panthers. Swimmer poked it away. We come back to live action. We've got a reach-in foul on Lily Lassie. That'll be the first on Lassie, and the second going against the Lady Braves. Bristol Brooks set to trigger. Panthers dressed in their home whites. Braves in their burgundy jerseys. Blocked underneath. Rogers with the block. Here come the Lady Braves. Feet underneath. It's Madison Rogers off the glass. Assist from Swimmer. Inbounds pass knocked away by Fort Killer Raby. See the steal here. Or the block, rather. Back to live action. Braves have it. Swimmer feeds Rogers off the glass. Back to back. Swimmer to Rogers. And buckets. That will go and a poke away underneath. Stay with Franklin. See the WLOS camera. They've come to see the Lady Braves. Underneath the basket, it is Bristol Brooks losing control. Picked up by Daisy Fort Killer Raby off to Rogers. Madison Rogers three wouldn't go. Swimmer with the rebound. Swimmer kicks it out. It's Daisy Fort Killer Raby. Three, got it this time. 18, make that 19-0 now. Franklin yet to even have an attempt on the basket at a reach-in foul going against Daisy Fort Killer Raby. That'll be her first, third on Cherokee. And we've got another turnover for the Panthers. Like it went off of her leg, went off of Riley Green's leg. Now we've got whistles. Oh, somebody needs to tie their shoe. There's Riley Green. She's ready. The Braves are ready. They get it inbounds to Badea Swimmer, the senior. Swings it into the corner. Deep three. Lassie. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Swimmer. She's going to travel with it in the paint. Amps took a couple of steps there. Layla Malloy is checking into the game for Coach Hardbarger and the Lady Panthers. And she will trigger. She gets it into Bristol Brooks. Bristol is directing traffic as we approach 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Franklin yet to scratch. Shot no good. Underneath. Another attempt, no. Third opportunity wouldn't go for the Panthers. And I believe she was on the baseline. Yeah, Jocelyn Stamper, they'll say, went up, had it, and stepped on the baseline. Didn't establish herself back in the field of play. Bristol Brooks, a three, off the mark. Long board, secured by Moffitt. Swings it over to Riley Green. Green shot, no. Rebound, Lady Braves, they attack. Quickly up court. Stamper off the glass. Bristol Brooks into the front court. And we've got a whistle and a foul. He was going to go against Stamper. Or was it Swimmer? Put Swimmer's name or number up. Yeah, it's going to be Badea Swimmer with the foul. Moffitt underneath off the back of the backboard. Fight for it. And a traveling violation on Franklin. Yeah, she shuffled her feet. 3:22 left. Badea Swimmer brings it up across that timeline. Into the paint, it goes Rogers. She goes up, can't get it to go. Bristol Brooks comes down with it, caught up in the backcourt. Over to Malloy, back to Brooks. She'll bring it up for the 10-second timer runs out. Riley Green, check that. Malloy drives in, kicks it over, and Newsom will shuffle her feet. Coach Miranda Stamper going to check in Marley Hicks off the bench. The Swimmer and the jump circle. Swings it over for Killer Raby into the corner. It's Rogers. Cross-court pass. Swimmer thought about it. Drives in, swings it. It's Stamper. Jumper, good. Jocelyn Stamper. Into the front court. Malloy gets it blocked by Stamper. Down court, and that'll be a turnover for the Braves. Call that a 2-point bucket. Looked like she was behind the line, Stamper. Bristol gets it poked away, gets it back. Underneath. Shot blocked from behind. Newsom went up. Check that. Anna Stiles went up. The 3 ball off the mark and on the rebound. We're heading the other way. Foul on Cherokee. Madison Rogers will pick up her second, and it's the 5th on Cherokee, so some shots on the other end. This will be the 5th foul, so we're going to head to the other side. First shot up and good, and the big goose egg is off the scoreboard for the Panthers as Layla Malloy hits the first of 2 at the charity stripe. 23-1. You don't see that score much. Gets the second to go. Panthers with a little full court press. Swimmer, high pass, Stamper off the glass. Bristol Brooks. Up court it goes, Newsom. Newsom's pass intercepted. Dea Swimmer backs it out. She'll call out the offense, calm things down. 1:30 left here in the first quarter. High pass into Stamper. Kicks it out. It's Swimmer for 3. And it's an air ball, kicked around out of bounds. Last touch by Austin 4-Killer Raby. To the Panthers, trailing by 21. Stiles. Got a foul on Cherokee. Some more shots upcoming. So Anna Stiles will be at the line for a couple of free throw shots. And Stiles hits the first. All the points for the Panthers at the charity stripe. She'll get one more. And hits them both. 25-4. Hicks swings it for Killer Raby. Now into the paint. It goes knocked away. Stamper able to get it back. Now back out beyond the arc it goes. It's for Killer Raby. Into the corner, Swimmer. Now going to feed. Knocked away. Into the hands of Anna Stiles. We've got a jump ball. And possession arrow going to stay with Cherokee. And Stamper, nothing but net. Jocelyn Stamper makes it 27-4. Bristol Brooks pointing. It's a ball screen. That's Anna Stiles who's going to travel with it. Jumped. So 30 seconds left. Swimmer with it. Top of the key, it's Hicks. 3, wouldn't go. Rebound, Stamper, or check that, Sanook. The Devon Sanook will be at the line for a couple of shots. That's the 5th on Franklin. 15.6 seconds left. And Moffitt picked up that foul. Finley Moffitt's first. First opportunity for Sanook is up and good. And the second shot up and good. 29-4. Bristol caught in the backcourt. Gets it into the corner. Baseline jumper. Would not go. Swimmer comes out with it, feeds Stamper. They'll wave it off. 30-4. First quarter for the Lady Braves and the Lady Panthers. Second quarter upcoming right after this.
My name is Kevin Torres. I'm a junior at Franklin High School and I play soccer. So I feel like what helped improve like my goals and assists is really working on my touch, some individual work, and just being able to get the ball in the back of the net. So going into my senior year, the goal we have is definitely winning a conference title. We could have had it this year, losing 7 games by 1 goal, but that's my goal, my personal goal. So who got me into soccer is definitely my dad. Just starting from a young age, seeing him play really inspired me to start playing.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home. Well, after 1 quarter, it appears that the Lady Braves have not missed a beat since last season. 30 points in the first quarter of the regular season. Quite impressive. First game of the year for Cherokee. Second game of the year for the Lady Panthers. Franklin has it. Begin this second quarter, and another turnover. That's what Cherokee does best, turns you over. Swimmer's shot would not go for the baseline. Outlet pass. Riley Green, free throw line, wouldn't go. Stamper with the rebound. Pass knocked away. They were trying to feed Daisy 4-Killer Raby as she was heading towards the basket. It'll stay with Cherokee. Badea Swimmer to trigger. Swimmer has it in the corner, gets double teams, finds Stamper. She spins and shoots off the glass. Bristol Brooks, trouble in the backcourt, going to dribble out of it after getting double teamed. Leah Mason's checked into the game. Underneath, off the glass, it is Caitlin Foster. The first field goal for the Lady Panthers in this ball game. The other 4 points came from the free throw line. Sanook kicks it over into the corner. It's Swimmer, 3. Wouldn't fall. Fight for it, rebound. Foster had it briefly. Got collisions, bodies heading everywhere, and a foul on who is the question. One against Franklin's Caitlin Foster, they'll say. Saw her do a barrel roll on the floor. Shots upcoming for Lassie. That one's going against Malia Mason. Her first, team second. Lassie hits the first. One more for the stripe for the sophomore. And can't get the second offensive rebound. And Stamper is there for the follow. Jocelyn Stamper stands at 6'2" and is just a junior. Yvonne Sanook gonna check back into the game for Miranda Stamper and her Lady Braves. You see Stamper right there giving her players instructions. And it's Lassie that brings it up, feeds into the corner. Swimmer now gonna find a cutting Daisy 4-Killer Raby. It wouldn't go. Foster grabbed the rebound for the Lady Panthers. It's Bristol Brooks feeding it up court to Riley Green, and Green will carry it. We'll see the carry here. Went behind her back. Swimmer feeds into the corner. It's Sanook. Back over to Swimmer. Swimmer gonna drive in. The shot, running shot wouldn't go. Looks like both teams now settling in. Bristol Brooks for three. That one wouldn't go. Long board. Swimmer grabs it. Driving, kicking. And a traveling violation underneath on Daisy 4-Killer Raby. The Panthers will have it underneath the Cherokee goal. And again, patented full court press. Into the front court, it's Malia Mason for the Lady Panthers. Over to Bristol Brooks. She's going to attempt a three that is well off the mark and went off the hands of Foster. Cherokee tries to hit one from downtown. It wouldn't go. Daisy 4-Killer Raby couldn't get the bucket. Cherokee may be cooling off a little bit. I think they had a lot of anticipation coming into this one. A lot of adrenaline. And it showed. They channeled that into a 30-point first quarter, if you just joined us. It was 30-4 after one quarter. Swimmer, side to side with the dribble. Swings it over to 4-Killer Raby in the corner. Now going to find Lassie. Lassie get a feed underneath. Sanook off the glass. Foster underneath. Shot off the glass. Malia Mason and good. That'll be the second field goal made by the Lady Panthers to cut it to a 37-8 advantage for the Braves. Cherokee calls timeout. Coach Miranda Stamper in the middle of that huddle. Going to coach up her two-time defending state champion Lady Braves. And judging by the early returns, I would say they are a favorite. Again, in the 2A side now. They have won the 1A championship past 2 years now. Cherokee on the 2A side of the new 8 classification system in the state of North Carolina. Franklin on the 5A level. So the Braves will have it out of the timeout. If you just tuned in and are wondering why we're not getting ready for the boys action, this game didn't start till about 7:20 because the JV girls game lasted, it may be a record, it was almost 2 hours, and it only went to 1 overtime. 3 up and good. It did not, it tipped off at 4, did not get over till about 5:50-ish, 5:52, I think, on the clock. That's what I'll look when it was over. Cherokee ended up winning by 4. A lot of fouls in that third quarter. Swimmer there, the replay on her connection from downtown. Tell you what, she is a Hall of Fame athlete. They're going to put her name on the wall in Cherokee at some point down the line. She has had a tremendous career. And it's still going. She's got her senior year of basketball. Swimmer on the dribble. Fade away. Offensive board. Lee Lassie. Bristol Brooks. Got it partially blocked, it looked like. Chinook comes out with it. Gives it up. Nice take, Lily Lassie. He gets back-to-back buckets. Bristol Brooks directing traffic. Now issues. And over the half-court line, that'll be a backcourt violation. I'll say it was not tipped into the backcourt. Stamper along with Hicks going to check back in as Swimmer going to take a seat. Madison Rogers has it. Over to Hicks, feeding underneath. That'll be an up and down traveling violation on Chinook. So what was it, about 10 minutes till 8? I'd say that the boys will probably be closer to 9 o'clock. I don't know, we'll probably have a running clock in the second half. So maybe past 8:30, we'll get the boys action, 8:40-ish. Open three, it's Hicks, couldn't bank it home. Nice tip by Stamper to Rogers off the glass. Another turnover. Rogers. Green feeds, stolen. Hicks into the front court, give and go. Kennedy Moore off the glass. 50-8. Riley Green tries to feed it up court, knocked away from her. Hartbarger going to get some subs in. Off the leg of the Lady Brave. Newsom on the dribble, finds Bristol Brooks up top. Bristol off of a ball screen. Is going to be bumped. She attacked the hole. She was not in the act of shooting, I don't believe. Yeah. Kennedy Moore picks up the foul. That'll be her first, just the first whistle on Cherokee. Only 3 fouls total in the second quarter. Oh, it's Bristol Brooks to trigger. Knocked away. Stamper. Couldn't get the bucket, but she'll be at the line for a couple. They're trying to add more than 50 points in this first quarter. We saw the Franklin boys team score 50 in the game Tuesday night in the first half. Cherokee surpasses that with 51 in the first half on the girls' side. One more for Jocelyn Stamper. Can't get it to go. Rebound Franklin. Bristol Brooks going to push. Bristol gets it knocked away and got slapped on the arm. So that should send Bristol Brooks to the line. 2 shots. Stamper going to pick up the foul with the second on Cherokee. It will be 2 shots for Bristol Brooks. in and out with the first. She'll get one more. One more for Bristol Brooks at the charity stripe. And she got the second to go. 46 seconds left. 51-9. Three up. Hicks wouldn't go. Rebound Bristol Brooks was going to give it up. Now up court it goes. Intercepted and then picked up by Bailey Wooten. Blocked. Down court pass. Knocked away. But eventually the Braves come out with it. Shot wouldn't go for Hicks. Offensive board for Killer Raby. And we'll have some shots for Austin for Killer Raby. The freshman will be at the line. No, they're not going to say she was in the act. Okay. Foul going against Bailey Wooten. That's her second and the fourth on Franklin. Bristol Brooks takes a seat. Riley Green checks in for Hartbarger and the Lady Panthers with 15 seconds left. Inbounds pass in the corner, shot air ball. Wooten with the rebound. Green comes out with it, splits a double team, and now they're going to whistle a reach-in foul on Marley Hicks. First on Marley Hicks. Third on Cherokee. 7 seconds left. Green with 4 seconds. Going to attempt a deep three. Hits the back of the iron. That'll do it. Halftime here at the Panther Den, as it has been all Cherokee so far in this one, as they lead at the break 51-9 over the Lady Panthers. And the season opener for the two-time defending Cherokee Lady Braves. Second game of the year for the Panthers. Second straight night of basketball here at the Panther Den. All right, fans, stick around. We've got, if you didn't see it on Tuesday night, the Franklin High School November construction update. Find out some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on as the construction continues on the brand new high school. All right, stay with us. We'll be back here in just a few moments. Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213. Well, hey folks, it is time for the November 2025 construction update of the brand new Franklin High School. I'm George Young along with Tracy Talent from Macon County Schools, and we are here on the plaza level right next to the press box. The new Panther pit is behind us. On the other side of the camera is the new gymnasium and the auditorium. There's been a lot of action that has happened since the last time we talked to you back in October. A lot of walls have come up, and they've poured this plaza area here where we're standing. This is an exciting time. A lot of good stuff happening.
A lot of things coming about. It's just all the pieces is starting to fit together. They just poured this week and doing a lot of steel construction down in the football stadium, pouring some cement over by the visitors concession stand. And we pulled off the sidewalks to where the concrete pours could work over here while we have good weather, and then we'll get back to that hopefully next week.
we're going to head all around the construction site, take a look at some of the big walls they've got coming up in the gymnasium, and we'll head down to the bottom of the Panther pit on the field level and check out what's happening down there as well. We are right next to the gym now, the old gym. The new gym is actually behind us. A lot of stuff happening, a lot of walls going up. Tracy, tell us what's happening.
We're looking into the gym proper now. What you see here, the first part before you see that wall, that is the auxiliary gym. And then behind that wall is the main gym. Your bleachers will set up against this poured wall here on site. So looking straight ahead at the end of that wall, there's probably mid-court of the gym. And so it's kind of exciting to see all this take place.
It is, and one thing, and we've talked about this a lot when we've been doing these videos, how far down they have actually dug. Of course, that's going to be a basement area, and then it's going to go up. How far you're actually down from the current level we're at, which is the gym level. It's amazing how much dirt has been moved and put over in Frogtown. The one thing I do want you to talk about, because in the previous video you talked about the mezzanine level, the press box, and the concession stand level. You can see now where there's going to be an area where the concession stand is, the bathrooms, and a kind of a mingling area directly behind the press box.
Yes, so this will be an outside area there at the press box. You're looking at the 3 windows there is the concession stand for the public on the back of the press box, and of course then the plaza open area, gathering area there, if you will, for the public. And it's going to be exciting because we've never had this much room for people just to mingle and talk and to have a good time on game nights.
Yeah, it is. That's the one thing that I've really been surprised about, is the amount of space that they have here in the old Panther pit, now the new Panther pit, the press box, and obviously once the buildings come up, the 3-story tower, we'll see how that all works out. All right, we're going to head over to the other side now. And we're on the back side of the high school project, and Tracy's going to let us know what this is behind us. You see the drill there. Tell us what's going on.
Underneath the footprint of the educational wings of the building, the 3-story part of the building, there's 520 aggregate piers that they dig the hole, they drill the hole, and then they tamp the gravel down into that hole for part of the foundation of this part of the school. It's neat to see that there's going to be 3 stories standing. This is ground level, so there's going to be 3 stories above us on this pad here. And the craftsmanship and the technology and all those things that goes into making this thing happen is just awesome.
And the reason they're doing this is because they want to make sure it doesn't settle, doesn't sink. It's at the consistent level and there's no shifting, right?
Correct. There'll be no shift in this. It's all engineered, so we'll have a great building for years to come.
Now on the back side, in our previous video, we talked about all the dirt that was being moved, Tracy. Yep. And you guys have got it up to a certain level, but before they can bring all the rest of the dirt in, you've got to get some of this done, correct?
Yes, this is ground level, so this is pad level here where we're at now. But over on the back side of the track hole, we still need to come up about 10 feet, and we're going to wait until we get all these holes dug here and the gravel tamped in before that can be complete. I want to say thank you to all the local contractors that's helped us. The trucking contractors has really been a great help in helping us in this last stage of getting the slope ready.
And now we are out in front of the Auditorium, Fine Arts Center, and the cafeteria. Tell us what's going on here, but a lot of busy bees over here.
A lot of busy bees, lots of contractors in here working different things, the masons, the electrical workers, the plumbers. Everybody's here all at one time working, doing their part. And as you look here on the right-hand side of us is the cafeteria kitchen area. Of course, we'd be right outside the kitchen, and the dock area for the trucks would be right here where we're standing. And then the Fine Arts Center is over here to the left-hand side and looking into the gym wall. And then again, there will be a concession stand over there on that back side of the Fine Arts Center for the gym and the Fine Arts Center to share.
All right, we're back down on the field level of the new Panther pit. A lot of construction happening around us here. And the one thing that I think a lot of folks have talked to me about, and maybe even ask you, and I know we've gotten some comments on some of these videos, is the Wall of Honor. The old Panther pit, there was a Wall of Honor, but we're moving that to this one, right?
Yes, we are. I have all of those plaques in hand, and the Wall of Honor will be over here on what we're calling the zigzag wall. We'll pick out a place there for the Wall of Honor, and all of that will be a place there for the families that have donated and done those things, you know, for that, to enjoy that piece of it.
Well, there's a lot going on. We've gone through this whole construction site. More will happen over the next month, so join us next month in December for the next edition of the Construction Update. And we welcome you back inside of the Panther Den, getting set for the beginning of the second half of the girls' varsity. Glad that you have decided to spend your evening with us. It is a little after 8 o'clock, and we're just starting the second half of the girls' varsity because the JV girls went almost 2 hours. You got to set everybody back an hour. But this second half is going to begin with a running clock. 35-point differential is the new rule in high school ball in the state of North Carolina. So we're going to begin the second half with the mercy rule running clock. So it will go pretty quick. And even if that 35-point differential is met, and then if Franklin is able to cut into it and it's under 35, it will still run. Once it starts, it doesn't stop. Well, it's 42 until this year. Same with football. 35 is the new rule. It used to be 42. Third quarter. A little tip off here at the Panther Den. All Cherokee. They picked up where they left off last year. Mauling people. I mean, just offensive barrage and also defensive barrage to begin this game. Lots of turnovers, easy buckets. Swimmer with it. Kicks it into the corner. I got a feed, knocked away. Stamper, though, picks it up, kicks it out. It's Swimmer for three, and it's off the mark. Stamper with the rebound. Got to go up and get hacked. And we'll send Jocelyn Stamper to the line for a couple of shots. First on Franklin, as you see the clock continuing to run. That one's going against Malia Mason. Once the clock starts, it doesn't stop unless somebody calls timeout. Even runs through the free throw attempts. Man, there's going to be a lot of this for Cherokee this season. They're that good. Fun to watch, too. Another turnover. Riley Green turns it over, gives it up. It's Rogers. Counted and one for Madison Rogers. She went coast to coast. Bristol Brooks bumped her as she went up to get that bucket. So Bristol will pick up her first, and it's the second on Franklin. And one shot at the stripe for Madison Rogers. Junior for Coach Stamper, and she gets it. The old-fashioned three-point play. Bristol Brooks into the front court, gives it up to Layla Malloy. Malloy gonna get her shot blocked. Franklin will keep possession. Got to get it in. They do. Over to Riley Green. 3, got it. Riley Green puts the Panthers in double figures for the first time tonight. For Killer Raby able to get that one to go. From downtown, so we get back to action. Riley Green has it. She's going to try to answer. Front of the iron. (60-12). One's up and good. 3. Riley Green. Panthers able to cause a turnover underneath. That one wouldn't go. Here come the Braves. There's Swimmer. Steps back, attempts, can't hit from downtown. Fight for it. Braves come out with it. And we've got a whistle heading the other way, as I believe she was on the baseline. I know a lot of Braves fans have tuned in tonight. I heard you on social media, a lot of shares of our post. We appreciate you tuning in. And you guys are going to be in action coming up tomorrow against the Nantahala Hawks. That'll be at home. One more at the stripe for Layla Malloy as Finley Moffitt checks into the game. We'll travel to Highlands coming up on December the 9th. And they're going to host Summit Charter on December 12th as basketball is here. And as you'll hear coming up between games, top of the key 3 is good. Between games, talk with Coach Doug Clemens about the schedule. And with football, you sometimes have to, especially if you know that you're going to have a pretty good team, may go deep in the playoffs, kind of try to push the schedule a little later than some other teams like North Buncombe that played Tuesday night. That was their 3rd game. But after you begin a little bit later than everybody else, then you stack a lot of games up in the month of December, and that's what both these squads are doing. Cherokee and Franklin going to have 3 games next week with the Panthers. And it's, of course, Christmas tournaments, stack-up games. Then you get into the heart of the conference action in January and February. Another 3, back of the iron. Lassie couldn't get it to go. Franklin comes down with the rebound. Crystal Brooks has it poked away from behind. Outlet pass up court. It's for Killer Raby off the glass. Two minutes left on a running clock, second half of action. Brooks, step back 3. In and out. Fight for it. Lassie comes out. Lily Lassie kicks it in the corner. It's a 3 that will be off the mark for Swimmer. And on the rebound, we've got a tie-up. Possession arrow is to Franklin. Coach Miranda Stamper going to get her starters off the court, and the bench players going to come on. So Cambry Stamper checks into the game along with Austin for Killer Raby. Kennedy Moore into the game, along with Yvonne Sanook and also Marley Hicks. I believe that's the 5 on the floor for the Lady Braves. Issues underneath, another turnover as Newsom drove in, lifted a pass, intercepted. Under 60 seconds left. Feed underneath, going to be stolen away. Bristol Brooks comes out with an outlet. Riley Green, baseline. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Picked up by the Lady Braves, and Kennedy Moore secures that board. Off to Marley Hicks. Hicks now going to feed underneath the Stamper, and Stamper spinning, can't get it to go. Board off to the Panthers. Bristol Brooks outlet pass. Riley Green off the glass. Had a whistle on a timeout. Coach Scott Hartbarger. Franklin wants to talk it over. It'll be a 30-second timeout as you see the replay of the outlet pass. Nice play. Bristol Brooks up to Riley Green for the conversion. 65-18. Clock stops for the first time in this third quarter with the timeout. 19.7 seconds left. Cherokee in action on the 12th against Summit Charter. Then the Braves on the road for a bunch, similar to the Panthers. Take on Irwin on the 15th, at Murphy on the 19th, Polk County on the 23rd of December, Irwin again on the 19th in a tournament. Now, post-Christmas tournament. And then kick off 2026 with a road trip to Bryson City to take on the Maroon Devils. 15 seconds left. Sanook feeds underneath. Moore off her hands. Last touch by the Panthers, and that may round out the time in this third quarter. That'll do it. 3 quarters in the book, 65-18. All Cherokee as we head to break.
Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213. Cherokee will have it to begin the fourth quarter. And once that clock starts ticking, it ain't going to stop. 35-point differential. Mercy rule running clock here in the second half as we've got a traveling violation going against the Cherokee Lady Braves. Just joined us, Cherokee actually has cooled off in the second half. Scored 51 points in the first half. Hannah Stiles gives it up to the hole. Off the glass and good. It's Bailey Bryant. Swimmer feeds. Spinning and shooting. Jocelyn Stamper couldn't get it to go as most of the starters, well, can I say that? There's only 2 starters in the game for Coach Stampers. Shot up and good for Bristol Brooks. You got Austin Fort Killer Raby there running the point. Going to kick it into Swimmer. Deep in that corner. They'll slow it down. Marley Hicks. In the corner, it's Stamper. Swimmer, 3, short. Rebound Bristol Brooks. She'll bring it out. Bristol, outlet pass up court. Couldn't get it underneath. It was Bailey Wooten. Quickly down court, Fort Killer Raby off the mark. Swimmer grabbed the board, kicks it out. It's a 3 by Hicks. Hits one of the bars going across the top of the backboard, and it's a dead ball at that point. And it's back over to the Panthers. Bristol into the front court, stolen away. It's Marley Hicks. Bristol off a ball screen. Swings it into the corner now. Underneath it goes, and it's knocked away. Bailey Bryant had it knocked away from her. Did they call a foul? They did. Called a foul on Marley Hicks. The clock continues to tick. Yeah, my judgment about the boys' game is probably going to be correct as the interception takes place. Marley Hicks at about 8:30 or so will probably get the boys underway. Off the glass, good, and one for Thea Swimmer. Foul going against Bailey Wooten. That'll be her third. One for Swimmer. Got it to go. Up a little bit after 8:30. I'm looking at about 8:35. We'll start the starting lineup introductions. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound by Riley Green. She tries to get one from beyond the arc. No. Stamper off the glass. Green brings it up across that timeline. Green feeds Wooten, baseline. No. Rebound, Sanook, and they're going to whistle an offensive foul. Or is that Stamper? Offensive foul on Stamper. As she leaned in. That'll be the second on Jocelyn Stamper. And the second on Cherokee. Now, most of the starters will all of them are going to head over to the bench as Miranda Stamper empties her bench. And we've got an offensive foul on the inbounds pass. So Wooten going to pick up her fourth, that offensive foul. It'll be the second on Franklin. Daisy Forkiller-Raby brings it up, feeds baseline. Cambry Stamper wouldn't go. Tie up on the rebound, and it's going to go to the Panthers. $50-point lead for Cherokee. Green feeds into the corner. Back it goes to Riley. She'll try to attack. Stop, pop. Can't get it. Rebound, kicked around, and it's going to stay with Franklin. May have an injury as Wooten hit the deck. And she's in some pain. So Lynette Gibson will check on Bailey Wooten. We'll check on the schedule upcoming for the Panthers and through the Cherokee upcoming schedule through the month of December. You see a trip to Bryson City on the docket for the Lady Panthers coming up Monday. Swain County. And then a trip to North Buncombe, a trip to East Henderson, East Flat Rock, and then a trip to Andrews. 4 in a row on the road for Coach Scott Hardbarger and the Lady Panthers before coming home on the 16th of December to take on the Brevard Blue Devils. Conference play begins next Friday, a week from tomorrow. Mountain 8 conference play at East Henderson. They did stop the clock because of the injury. That's another reason that they would stop the clock. Timeouts and an injury timeout as they continue to look at Bailey Wooten. They're going to help her up now, help her off the court. And Lynette Gibson will check her out. Maybe got hit in the mouth. She's kind of holding her mouth. Checking to make sure she has all of her teeth. It's rough and tumble down there. And it goes to Riley Green. Shot wouldn't go. It's an air ball. Board Lassie. Outlet pass down court. Rogers able to somehow secure it, save it. Underneath it's Rogers. And Rogers will be at the line for a couple of shots. Third on Franklin. That one's going against Bailey Bryant. That'll be just her first. 2 shots at the line. First one up and good for Madison Rogers, the junior. Second one up and good. Newsom with some issues. Newsom on the floor. Able to secure it eventually. Give it up. Riley Green wouldn't go. Stamper outlet up court. Off the glass and good. For Killer-Raby. Daisy for Killer-Raby able to get that one to go. Underneath. Blocked. Anna Stiles had her shot blocked, and now they're going to whistle a timeout on the floor. Cherokee wants to talk it over. 30-second timeout. Miranda Stamper. I think wants to get a couple more of her bench players in. 59.6 seconds left. Cherokee looks just as good, maybe even better than they have the previous 2 seasons coming into this one. These early season games, you know, people want to draw a lot of conclusions. But I guarantee you Franklin is not as bad as the score looks, and Cherokee's not as good. They're pretty good as the score looks, and they're going to do this to a lot of teams in the Smoky Mountain Conference specifically this season. Clock starts to tick, down to 50 seconds left. For Killer-Raby, get a feed it, and it's knocked away, and Riley Green brings it up. Over to Newsom. Newsom kicks Mason. Baseline jumper, no. Rebound Foster, then she lost it. Into the hands of Lola Bell. Now, some more bench players in, including Bell, for Coach Stamper. Down to 18 seconds. Corner 3. Off the mark. Rebound Austin for Killer-Raby. Wouldn't go. Down to 9 seconds. Another block. 3 seconds left. Knocked away. That'll do it. It's a final here at the Panther Den. Cherokee wins tonight and opens the season 1-0. Franklin falls to 0-2. I couldn't click the little button on our on-screen scoreboard to make sure that they didn't reset it. They reset that pretty quick. So I couldn't hit the button to keep it up there. All right, stay with us, fans. Boys varsity coming up here in just a few moments. Had a chance to catch up with Doug Plemons earlier, head boys varsity basketball coach. Talked about that win on an impressive win on Tuesday night, and then talked about tonight's opponent in the Cherokee Braves. That is coming up right after this.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
Welcome back as we get set for the boys varsity tip-off tonight. George Young back with you, along with Doug Plemons, the head boys varsity basketball coach for the Panthers. And it couldn't go much better than what you had on Tuesday night here at the Den. Coach, first game of the season, scored 50 points in that first half en route to an 83-44 victory over North Buncombe. I'm sure as a coach you found some areas that you could improve, but 50 points in the first half, the first night out's pretty good.
It is. We played well throughout the whole game. We had good balanced scoring. Of course, Jack put up 30 plus points. But we also had 3 other guys in double figures, and then Lance Parker also had 9. So we almost had 5 kids in double figures. So we've been kind of experiencing that through our 2 scrimmages and also during the summer when we played together. We thought we were going to have a solid, just a really balanced team. And also to mention Lance and Peyton also, they both had over 10 rebounds each. So that's another area that we've really been talking to them about, and they're excited about it. They've set goals for themselves. So, yeah, I don't know what it says. I don't know that we're that good. I don't know that North Buncombe's that bad. We'll find out next Tuesday when we go over there. But for an opening game, as far as the performance, both offensively and defensively, we held them to 44 points. And they've got 2 kids that have been averaging over 20 through the first 3 ball games. So we felt good about both ends of the floor.
Well, tonight, Coach, it is the second ball game of the season. It's the second home game of the season. You caught a break this year, have 2 consecutive at home to get your footing in the 25-26 campaign. Tonight, it's Cherokee. Jimmy Cleveland, now the head coach for Cherokee. Remember him from Smoky Mountain. I'm sure a lot of Franklin fans do. His first season, they've had some turnover there in the boys program. Obviously, the girls program has won a couple of state championships in the previous 2 years. But every year when you guys play Cherokee, it seems like they bring an athletic bunch.
They do. That's kind of their, that's kind of the style of ball that they play. They're up tempo. They like to press. I'm sure Coach Cleveland will have them doing the same thing this year. That's kind of his style also in the past. So yes, it'll be an interesting game. I mean, there's always little games within the game, and there's some little outlying things that with Jack having come from Cherokee, and then of course Coach Jack, our JV coach, and Coach Logan also helping him on the JVs. There's some mixture there that adds a little spice to this game. But to be honest with you, when the ball goes up, it'll just be basketball. And hopefully we're ready for this game. Had a good night practice last night, did some good things. Spirits are high. I think they'll be rested. And looking forward to this. Should be a huge crowd. So we're excited about that. And as you mentioned, the girls program, one of the top, if not the best girls program in the state. And so our girls will be, challenged with that. But I think from the time we open the door at 4:00 until we close it tonight, it'll be an exciting night.
It is the first game of the season for Cherokee. So it's kind of like you had on with North Buncombe, but you only had a couple of games with North Buncombe. As a coach and preparing for the first game of the year, I'm sure they had some scrimmages, but no real game film for the regular season. How do you prepare?
Well, just knowing Coach Cleveland and the style he plays, I know some of their players, some of the things they like to do. We'll have to play defense in front of them because they like to drive the ball to the basket. I think our length will bother them. I think our athleticism could bother them. The main thing for us is we've got to get the tempo up. Now, they'll like that for a while because they like to play that way too. But I think as the night, the game goes farther in, I think our press will bother them. I think our again athleticism and the one thing about this team that I probably won't talk much about it, but these guys are in shape. I've worked this team as hard as any team I've had in preseason, as far as running and just building their stamina up, because I really believe that's the way that we have to play this year, and I think it's the way the guys like to play. So we'll see. One of those things hopefully will work for us.
Well, you had 2 games here at home, then you go on the road for 3 next week. You take on Swain on Monday, and then you travel to North Buncombe on Tuesday, and then another road trip on Friday. So it's going to be a busy time. And it always is before Christmas. You usually have a lot of road games, and you guys are kind of used to that.
We are. I pushed the schedule back as far as I could this year because I anticipated that we were going to have a really good football team and would go deep in the play, which we did. And so I don't regret that. But what that means is, that you, rather than playing two nights a week, you have to fit those games in somewhere. And I try to do it before Christmas because most of our conference games are after Christmas, and that's when I like to get into that Tuesday, Friday routine and really prepare for those teams. So again, if you ask the boys, would you rather play or would you rather practice? They would say, I'd rather play. So I think, going back to Tuesday night's game, we had, before Christmas, we had 12 games and 9 practices. So they'll certainly get to play here over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And as you mentioned, next Friday, we will open up our conference schedule with East Henderson, defending undefeated conference champion last year. So we'll certainly be looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, as always, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Doug Clemens, boys varsity head coach at Franklin High. All right, stay with us. Boys tip-off is coming up in just a few moments.
My name is Kevin Torres. I'm a junior at Franklin High School, and I play soccer. So I feel like what helped improve my goals and assists is really working on my touch, some individual work, and just being able to get the ball in the back of the net. So going into my senior year, the goal we have is definitely winning a conference title. We could have had it this year, losing 7 games by 1 goal, but that's my goal, my personal goal. So who got me into soccer is definitely my dad. Just starting from a young age, seeing him play really inspired me to start playing.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home. Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213.
Welcome you back inside of the Panther Den, getting you set for the boys varsity. It's the Cherokee Braves and the Franklin Panthers. Cherokee, their first night of basketball in the 25-26 campaign. You just heard Coach Doug Clemens talking about Coach Jimmy Cleveland and the Braves' first night out. So we'll see how things go. It's one of those unknowns. Panthers, though, have one game under their belt. It was a dominating performance over the North Buncombe Blackhawks on Tuesday night. We're going to get the starting lineups for both teams. We'll head down to our public address announcer, Mark Sutton.
Tonight's basketball action, we'd like to welcome our guests, the Cherokee High School varsity boys. First, the starting lineup for the Cherokee Braves. Number 4, Caden Stevens. Number 10, Samuel Hernandez. Number 15, Dylan Bean. Number 21, Ujela Sanuk. Number 23, Mac Burgess. Head coach, Jimmy Cleveland. Panthers go lights out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And get on your feet for tonight's starting lineup. At guard, a junior, number 3, Gunnar McConnell. At guard, a junior, number 14, William Rowers. At forward, a junior, number 20, Lance Parker. Guard, a senior, number 5, Jack Tisateski. Forward, a senior, number 12, Peyton Herbie.
All right, we'll turn the lights back on. We'll get to action here. Second game of the year for the Panthers. First game of the year for the Cherokee Braves. Looking forward to this one. Glad that you have decided to spend your evening with us. We're about 38 after 8 o'clock. A late start, but we'll hopefully have a good ball game for you to watch. Jimmy Cleveland, familiar name in high school basketball across Western North Carolina, as he was the Smoky Mountain head coach for many, many years. Now at Cherokee. Hervey jumps against Sanook. Back and forth outlet. It's Jack. Gives it up underneath. Fadeaway off the glass. Hayden Hervey gets the scoring going. Underneath, knocked away. Going to be picked up off the glass. Mac Burgess able to get the bucket to tie it up. Corner 3, they're going to wave it off and say he traveled with it. Say Peyton Hervey shuffled his feet before he attempted that shot. Sanook gets it inbound. Hernandez brings it up to Coach Cleveland. Kicks it into the corner. Bean, 3 wouldn't go. Rebound, Franklin. Lance Parker secured that one. Panthers quickly down court. It's Hervey in and out with the 3. And the board off to Mac Burgess. Cherokee attacks. Here comes Hernandez. Hernandez harassed by Tisates. He gets double teamed. He's going to find Burgess up top. Drives in. We've got a whistle and a foul. Going against Will Rowers. He's kind of away from the basketball. Didn't see what transpired. First foul on Franklin. First on Will Rowers. Inbound. Quick. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound. Burgess. He kicks it out. Now a 3. Up and good for Sanook. Sanook gives Cherokee an early 5-2 lead. And a turnover. Looked like McConnell went towards the basket as Hervey went back and thought that he was going to be there, waiting for the pass. Deep 3 by Hernandez off the mark. Rebound Franklin, and we've got a whistle and a foul on Cherokee. Coach Jimmy Cleveland had 2 stints at Smoky Mountain. Probably now the most famous athlete he has ever coached, Cal Raleigh. Played basketball. He's a good basketball player for Smoky Mountain. Of course, now should have been the AL MVP. We won't go there. Will Rowers, count it, and 1. The rare 4-point opportunity. And all of a sudden, Jimmy Cleveland Not even 2 minutes into the first game he has coached at Cherokee, gets teed up. Wow. So we'll have one shot here by Will Rowers. And we talked about this in the North Buncombe game. After you get a technical foul, you have to take a seat. Can't really get up and do anything. So Rowers will have one shot, and then we'll have some free throws for the technical. Rowers gives Franklin a 1-point lead. And now who's going to attempt the free throws for the technical? Looks like it will be Will Rowers. And hit the first. One more. And of course, Franklin will have the basketball after this second free throw shot after the technical. And Rowers gets the second to go. So when it goes to Rowers in the backcourt, he's going to hold up a fist now into the front court. Rowers kicks it into the corner, saved by Lance Parker. Rowers fights for it, gets it back. Hervey gets it blocked. They're going to whistle a foul going against Mac Burgess over the back of Hervey. He got a lot of body. Mac Burgess, first foul on him, fourth on Cherokee. That may be one of the reasons why Jimmy Cleveland was a little upset. Of course, one of the fouls up there was a technical that he got. So just one more for they're over the limit here in the first quarter, and we're not even 2 minutes in. 6:03 left. Some subs coming in off the bench for Cherokee. LJ Panther into the game. Second shot back of the iron. Rebound, Rowers. He kicks it out. It's Tisateski. Three! Got it. Jack Tisateski from downtown. Of course, a little added incentive for Tisateski, his former team, Cherokee, where he transferred a couple of years ago. I'm sure he's got a lot of family members in the stands that are cheering for the maroon and gold. Burgess blocked into the hands of Will Rowers. His granddad, Jack, that's why they call him Jack. Jack is the JV boys head coach with Doug Clemens and Franklin this year. First season at the helm. Tisateski short. To go over to Cherokee. Watch this. Blocked it away, did Hervey. As we get back to action, we've got a whistle and an offensive foul. Hervey held his ground. What a great replay, Phillip. That was good stuff there. So an offensive foul going against Samuel Hernandez. Hervey, we'll check that. Rowers hits the deck. And Will be at the line. A little too much body that time by LJ Panther, a freshman for Coach Cleveland. Gets his first foul. And Cherokee's over the limit. That's their fifth. Sixth, actually, now. Had a player control foul. Yeah, they're in. Rowers for one more at the stripe. And he gets it to go. 12-5, Franklin. Inbounds pass going to be stolen away by Will Rowers. He is playing lights out here in this first quarter. 3 wouldn't go. That was a heat check. He couldn't get it to the hole. Tried to get the call, did Rowers. As he hit the deck. It was Panther that went to the hole. He couldn't get it to go. Panthers have it. It's Jack Tisateski across that timeline, guarded by Hernandez. Swings it. McConnell. Shot good. Gavin McConnell in the paint. High pass. Almost stolen. Out of bounds, it'll say. Last touch by Franklin. As Lance Parker went up to try to intercept that pass. Almost off of Cherokee, who was a player that's out of bounds. Hernandez kicks it. 3, up and good. Sanook gets that one from downtown. Lance Parker spinning and shooting, wouldn't go. Out of bounds, stays with Franklin. Attic Sutton gets it in bounds. Shot wouldn't go. Cherokee presses as Caden Stevens. Stevens going to be fouled at the free throw line. So that'll be the second on Franklin. See it here. Gavin McConnell picks it up. That is his first. Approaching 4 minutes left here in the first. And it goes to Sanook. Swing it up top, running shot in the paint, wouldn't go. Another whistle and a foul. Burgess went up. And it's a foul on Franklin, looks like. Third on Franklin here in the quarter. McConnell picks it up, his second. Jackson Wilson into the game for the first time for Franklin and Coach Doug Clemens. 3:57 left first quarter. Up high, it's Hernandez. Long 3 wouldn't go. Rebound, Sanook. He'll give it up to Hernandez. Kicks it over. 3 short by Jonathan Saylor. Franklin will have it. It's a deep 3 by Saylor. Into the game for Coach Cleveland. It's Maddox Stamper, senior, off the bench. Now, okay, Cherokee has it. Franklin had playing possession there. So it's Hernandez up top, running the point. Calls out the offense, kicks it over. Stevens will get the jumper. Cherokee is chipped away and now trails by 4, 14-10. Jackson's Wilson has it, gives it up. Tisateski, 3. 34 points on Tuesday night for Jack Tisateski. But he picked up where he left off. So we get back to live action. We've got a traveling violation on Cherokee. Tisateski calling out the offense. Under 3 minutes left here in the first. Attic Sutton will dribble. He'll pick up his dribble. He defined a teammate. It's Lance Parker. Right of the elbow. Lance Parker extends that Panther lead to 19-10. As Hernandez brings it up, swings it over to Stevens. Jacks one from downtown. Couldn't get it to go. Stamper with a rebound and a foul on Franklin. Here's Lance Parker with the J, and then he picks up a foul on the other end. That'll be the first on Lance Parker, fourth on Franklin. Cherokee already over the limit. Stevens to get it inbounds for Coach Cleveland. Does to Burgess. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Hervey. Panthers push quickly, get Sutton into the front court. Over to Tisateski. Nice pass off the glass. Lance Parker gets the bucket for the assist. Tisateski. We've got a whistle and a timeout call by Coach Jimmy Cleveland and the Cherokee Braves. It's going to be a full timeout with 2:18 left first quarter. We'll take one. Panthers by 11. Welcome back. 11-point advantage for the Panthers. Double-digit advantage for the first time in this ball game. 2:18 left first quarter. A lot going on here early on. If you just joined us for the boys action, it was all Lady Braves in the first ball game of the night. But Coach Jimmy Cleveland, his first game at the helm for Cherokee, got a technical foul, and though his bench has had to be real quiet over there. Can't get up after you get that first technical. He called timeout. Well, it's got to be tough on him. His first night out, can't really get up and coach. You know, that's what coaches do, walk up and down the sideline. A lot of emotion in this one, always is. Packed house here at the Panther Den. Even with all the construction and all the parking issues, we've got a lot of folks I know that have tuned in tonight. We appreciate you. Hernandez spinning in the paint, now kicks it out, driving in. It's Stevens. And Stevens will be bumped. And he'll be at the line as that's the 5th foul on Franklin. Cherokee in action coming up tomorrow night. Going to host Natahala, the Hawks. And Charles George Arena. As the first one's off the mark, no good. Franklin head to Bryson City on Monday. We'll take a look at the schedule for the Panthers as we go along. We didn't see it in the girls varsity game. Just joined us for the boys action. We ran through that schedule and that route by the Lady Braves. Second shot up and good by Caden Stevens. Panthers by 10. Rowers over to Wilson. Jackson going to feed Sutton. Kicks it out. It's a 3. Lance Parker wouldn't go. Check that. That's not Parker. It's Jake Pendergrass who snuck in there. Underneath off the glass, Mac Burgess. Tisateski driving. Free throw line. Lost control. So he was trying to lift a pass. Knocked away. Hernandez pulls up. Short. Outlet. Tisateski secures it. Over to Pendergrass off the glass. Jake Pendergrass, the junior, gets the bucket to go. Back to a 10-point edge. That was a tough pass to secure. Back to live action as the shot hits the front of the iron for the Braves. They'll get their own offensive rebound. It's Burgess. His shot wouldn't go. Fight for it. Sutton comes out with it. Gives it up to Jackson Wilson, feeding Tisateski to the hole. Got it. Jack Tisateski goes crashing into the WLOS camera. Our camera couldn't keep up with him. He was so quick. You saw him crashing into the WLOS camera that time. So we get back to action here. 42 seconds left. Deep 3 attempted by Burgess. Off the mark. Wilson with the rebound. Up court, Sutton. 30 seconds left. Tisateski, cross-court pass. Pendergrass, check that. Rowers spins and shoots like he was hit. No call. Shot no good. 20 seconds left. Been a lot of fouls called in this first half. Letting them play here late. In the paint. Shot wouldn't go by Stamper. Rowers up court with 5 seconds. Gives it up to Wilson. Wilson has to do something with it. Lost it. That'll do it. First quarter in the books, 25-13. Franklin still on pace for 50 points like they had on Tuesday night. 25 points to the first quarter. as we head to break across the Franklin Panthers Sports Network.
My name is Kevin Torres. I'm a junior at Franklin High School and I play soccer. So I feel like what helped improve like my goals and assists is really working on my touch, some individual work, and just being able to get the ball in the back of the net. So going into my senior year, the goal we have is definitely winning a conference title. We could have had it this year, losing 7 games by 1 goal, but that's my goal, my personal goal. So who got me into soccer is definitely my dad. Just starting from a young age, seeing him play really inspired me to start playing.
The Athlete of the Month has been presented by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, member FDIC. And by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. They take pride in providing world-class care right here at home.
First regular season night of basketball for the Cherokee Braves. Second night of action for the Panthers, coming in at 1-0. As it's the Braves that'll have first possession second quarter. Beam up top. They'll kick it. Now it's Panther on the dribble. Beam has it. Lost control of it. Collision. Franklin going to come out with it, and now a whistle. And they're going to whistle a foul on Cherokee. Maddox Stamper, senior, picks up the foul. His second, team's first. Franklin has possession here. It's Attic Sutton that'll run the point now and call out that offense. Sutton into the corner. Tisateski lost control of it. Fight for it. Picks it back up. Now we've got a bump and another foul on Cherokee. See, call it on 22. Yeah, that was Maddox Stamper, his second. Jackson Wilson has it in the corner. Wilson being harassed, has to get it out of there. Finds Tisateski a 3. Off the mark, but he got fouled. 3 shots coming up for Jack Tisateski. Yeah, got him on the arm. It's going against Traylon Ledford. First time we have called his name. He just checked in between quarters. First shot up and good at the charity stripe for Jack Tisateski. We'll get 2 more. Coach Tom Raby basketball court, Panther Den tonight. So we are at the top of the hour of 9 o'clock. Glad you're with us on a Thursday night of hoops in the early part of December. One more for Jack Tisateski, Cherokee, and Franklin. Always entertaining. Although the girls' action, if you're not a Cherokee Braves fan, it probably wasn't entertaining. Cherokee put on a show in the girls' ball game earlier. Dylan Bean with the J, down court, and a turnover. Jackson Wilson couldn't secure that one in front of the Cherokee bench. Back into the game, Peyton Hervey for Coach Doug Plemons and the Panthers. If you like defensive pressure, you would like that girls game because there was a lot of it, especially in the first half. Cherokee put 51 up in the opening half of action, opening half of the season. Picked up from where they left off last year in their state championship season. Dylan Bean gives it up. Sanook had it. Into the corner it goes. Panthers shot no. Outlet. Jackson Wilson to the hole. Wilson hits the deck, couldn't get the layup. Down court, we've got a collision and an offensive foul going against Cherokee. Will Rowers held his position, and they whistled the offensive foul on Jordan LJ Panther. Fourth on Cherokee. Basically, carbon copy is the way the first quarter began, as Cherokee had, I think, 3 or 4 fouls the first 2 minutes. Now we got another foul. That'll be over the limit. Reaching on Dylan, Tisateski. Dylan Beam will pick it up. And Jack Tisateski will be at the line for 2 shots. Second going against Dylan Beam. And we're not even 2 minutes into the second quarter. They'll have to wait to get the subs in off the bench, as Coach Cleveland has 4 new players coming off the bench. Stevens, Hernandez, and somebody else snuck in. We'll get that number here in a second. I believe Mac Burgess into the game as well. Tisateski, thought it was the old 1-and-1 situation. It's hard to believe that's been, I think, 2 years ago. They went to resetting the fouls after each quarter. No 1-and-1s. Second one, up and good. Pass intercepted. Up court at Sutton. Blocked. Headed the other way. Let's see this here. Yep, it's a clean block. Back to live action. Hernandez dribbling around. Going to feed Ledford. Ledford over to Panther. To the hole, wouldn't go for Ledford. Hayden Hervey up top, over to Sutton. Addix. Now a 3. Off the mark for Paxton Sutton. Or check that's not perhaps Addix. No, David Bennett into the game. It was a 3 by Bennett that wouldn't go. So it's Panthers that'll have it underneath their own basket. Into the corner it goes. Will Rowers wouldn't go. Got his own rebound. Finds Hervey. Hervey shot in and out. Panthers cannot buy a bucket here. Had some open looks. Not going. Hernandez into the front court. Going to back it out. Swing it over. Stevens. Spinning Burgess. Feeding. Knocked away. And they'll say off of a Brave. Jack Tisateski going to bring it up. Under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Tisateski spinning, shooting. Fadeaway wouldn't go. There's a lid on this end of the court here for Franklin. Stevens. Got it. A 3. Up and good for Caden Stevens. Outlet. Up court quickly. It's Hervey. And we've got a offensive foul going against Peyton Hervey. He probably would not have gotten that offensive foul called if he would have attempted a shot, but it looked like he was preparing for that collision. Ledford lost control of it. It's kicked around out of bounds, and will go to the Panthers. Franklin by 12. Jack Tisateski will run the point this offensive possession for Coach Doug Clemens. Will Rowers, a 3 ball, wouldn't go. Rebound Bennett out to Tisateski. Bennett in the corner thought about it and traveled with it. Thought about it too long. Shuffled his feet. Zayden Crow going to check in for Coach Jimmy Cleveland and Cherokee. Hernandez brings it up, finds Stevens. 3, wouldn't go. Rebound Rowers. And Will up across that timeline, 3:50 left. First half. Hervey thought about it. Rowers going to attack, spins, nice move, got the roll. Will Rowers adds 2 more for the Panthers, and it's now 32-18. 3:30 left here in the first half of action. Stevens for 3. Caden Stevens finally finds the bottom of the bucket. He has attempted a few. Back to live action as Pisateski attempts a 3. Outlet pass. Stevens. Back-to-back buckets. 5 quick points for Stevens. Hervey's open. Wouldn't fall. Rebound. Cherokee going to push up court. Hernandez. Running shot. What are they going to call? Charge. Waited a long time before he signaled either it was a blocking foul or a charge, and it's an offensive foul on Cherokee. Player control foul, so no shots. Only 1 foul called against Franklin here in this second quarter. Attic Sutton dishes. Now it's Pisateski, so we approach 2.5 left. Pisateski in the corner. Sutton's open. It's a 3. Got it! Attic Sutton open, and you don't leave him open. He is deadly. (35-23), back to a 12-point edge for the Panthers after the trifecta. Bark lost control of it. And a foul on Franklin. Rowers going to pick it up. Just the second whistled on Franklin. Thought for a moment there they acted like they were going to have some free throw shots. And there's no way. It's only the second foul, and he wasn't in the act of shooting. He just kind of lost it. Stevens gets it in bounds. That one wouldn't fall from the corner. It's back to Franklin with 2:17 left here in the second. Attic Sutton finds Will Rowers. 2:10 to go. Rowers lost control, kicked it to Wilson. Jackson Wilson shot no. Rowers grabbed the rear. Check that. Slants Parker grabbed that rebound. I was wrong again. It's Peyton Hervey. Peyton Hervey went up and grabbed that rebound. He'll be at the line for 2 shots. And he gets the first. One more for Hervey. Back of the iron. Rebound. Kicked around. And who did last touch, they'll say, off of Wilson. And it goes to the Cherokee Braves. Traylon Carey checks in for the Braves. As Coach Jimmy Cleveland getting a lot of bench players into this game. Carey has it. Quickly gives it up. Cross-court pass, going to be intercepted. It's Will Rowers. To the hole. Rowers off the glass. So on the other end, we had a basket by Carey. Rowers to the hole again. Will Rowers counted in one. Back-to-back buckets for Rowers. She'll have an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play. Foul going against Mac Burgess. His second. Looked like Mac Burgess had the raw end of that deal. He got rolled up on. Looked like he was hobbling a little bit after the whistle. Rowers at the line. And can't get the three-point play. Down court, Saylor. It wouldn't go. Draylon Ledford checks in. Taking a seat will be Mac Burgess, who just picked up that foul. Cherokee has possession underneath their own basket. It's Saylor getting it in bounds, knocked away off of Attic Sutton. Stays with Cherokee. Buck 25 left, second quarter. 40-25. And it goes to Carey, and they're going to say he traveled before he lifted that shot. Right below the student section you see in the bottom left corner of your screen. Pisateski. Finds Will Rowers, who's got the hot hand. Getting position, spinning and shooting. Still has the hot hand. Under 60 seconds left. And we've got a whistle and we're heading the other way. An offensive foul, a moving screen. That was on number 30, Sula Howling-Crane. He just checked in. Snuck into the game. It is Rowers into the front court on the dribble. Looks to dish. Sutton up top. Back to Rowers to the hole. And they're going to whistle a foul on the floor, but Cherokee's well over the limits of 2 shots for Will Rowers at the charity stripe. So he got bumped from behind. They're giving that one to who's going against Jonathan Saylor. Rowers can't get the first. He'll have one more opportunity. Second shot rolls off. Franklin able to secure the rebound. Pisateski gives it up. Pendergrass, top of the key three, wouldn't go. Hervey for the second opportunity after grabbing that rebound. And we are going to head the other way on the second rebound. It'll be the third on Franklin. And they give it to Hervey. Yeah, they did. His second. Well, Sanook bringing it up for Coach Cleveland. He's into the front court now with 15 seconds left. Swings it over to Howling-Crane. Howling-Crane going to feed Ledford. Spinning and shooting, it wouldn't fall. Pisateski with the rebound, going to feed up court. Pendergrass got it blocked. Maybe the final shot of this first half. It will be. Halftime here at the Panther Den, with Franklin holding a 42-25 advantage over the Cherokee Braves. In this one, it's been a little emotional at times, high drama at times, a lot of scoring in spurts. A lot of players being used early on for Coach Jimmy Cleveland, trying to get that magic lineup. Since this is his first game, you know, you're feeling your team out. That's what believe Coach Cleveland is doing here tonight. And hey, Franklin, after Tuesday's performance, I think Coach Doug Clemens knows the formula after scoring 50 points in the first half against North Buncombe, 42 points in the first half against Cherokee. He's got some scores. All right, we're going to take a break here. And again, if you were not tuned in for the varsity girls action at the half of the Lady Braves and Lady Panthers, we had a construction update on the new Franklin High School, me and Tracy Talent. And we'll see that again here in just a few moments. Hang with us. Well, hey, folks, it is time for the November 2025 construction update of the brand new Franklin High School. I'm George Young along with Tracy Talent from Macon County Schools, and we are here on the plaza level right next to the press box. The new Panther pit is behind us. On the other side of the camera is the new gymnasium and the auditorium. There's been a lot of action that has happened since the last time we talked to you back in October. A lot of walls have come up, and they've poured this plaza area here where we're standing. This is an exciting time. A lot of good stuff happening.
A lot of things coming about. It's just all the pieces is starting to fit together. They just poured this week and doing a lot of steel construction down in the football stadium, pouring some cement over by the visitors concession stand, and we pulled off the sidewalks to where the concrete pours could work over here while we have good weather, and then we'll get back to that hopefully next week.
We're gonna head all around the construction site, take a look at some of the big walls they've got coming up in the gymnasium, and we'll head down to the bottom of the Panther pit on the field level and check out what's happening down there as well. We are right next to the gym now, the old gym. The new gym is actually behind us. A lot of stuff happening, a lot of walls going up. Tracy, tell us what's happening.
We're looking into the gym proper now. What you see here, the first part before you see that wall, that is the auxiliary gym. And then behind that wall is the main gym. Your bleachers will set up against this poured wall here on site. So looking straight ahead at the end of that wall, there's probably mid-court of the gym. And so it's kind of exciting to see all this take place.
It is, and one thing, and we've talked about this a lot when we've been doing these videos, how far down they have actually dug. Of course, that's going to be a basement area, and then it's going to go up. How far you're actually down from the current level we're at, which is the gym level. It's amazing how much dirt has been moved and put over in Frogtown. The one thing I do want you to talk about, because in the previous video you talked about the mezzanine level, the press box, and the concession stand level. You can see now where there's going to be an area where the concession stand is, the bathrooms, and a kind of a mingling area directly behind the press box.
Yes, so this will be an outside area there at the press box. You're looking at the three windows there is the concession stand for the public on the back of the press box, and of course then the plaza open area, gathering area there, if you will, for the public. And it's going to be exciting because we've never had this much room for people just to mingle and talk and to have a good time on game nights.
Yeah, it is. That's the one thing that I've really been surprised about, is the amount of space that they have here in the old Panther pit, now the new Panther pit, the press box, and obviously once the buildings come up, the three-story tower, we'll see how that all works out. All right, we're going to head over to the other side now. And we're on the backside of the high school project, and Tracy's going to let us know what this is behind us. You see the drill there. Tell us what's going on.
Underneath the footprint of the educational wings of the building, the 3-story part of the building, there's 520 aggregate piers that they dig the hole, they drill the hole, and then they tamp the gravel down into that hole for part of the foundation of this part of the school. And it's neat to see that there's going to be 3 stories standing. This is ground level, so there's going to be 3 stories above us on this pad here. And the craftsmanship and the technology and all those things that goes into making this thing happen is just awesome.
And the reason they're doing this is because they want to make sure it doesn't settle, doesn't sink. It's at the consistent level and there's no shifting, right?
Correct. There'll be no shift in this. It's all engineered, so we'll have a great building for years to come.
Now on the backside, in our previous video, we talked about all the dirt that was being moved, Tracy.
Yes.
And you guys have got it up to a certain level, but before they can bring all the rest of the dirt in, you've got to get some of this done, correct?
Yes, this is ground level, so this is pad level here where we're at now. But over on the back side of the track hole, we still need to come up about 10 feet, and we're going to wait until we get all these holes dug here and the gravel tamped in before that can be complete. I want to say thank you to all the local contractors that's helped us. The trucking contractors has really been a great help in helping us in this last stage of getting the slope ready.
And now we are out in front of the Auditorium, Fine Arts Center, and the cafeteria. Tell us what's going on here, but a lot of busy bees over here.
A lot of busy bees, lots of contractors in here working different things, the masons, the electrical workers, the plumbers. Everybody's here all at one time working, doing their part. And as you look here on the right-hand side of us is the cafeteria kitchen area. Of course, we'd be right outside the kitchen, and the dock area for the trucks would be right here where we're standing. And then the Fine Arts Center is over here to the left-hand side and looking into the gym wall. And then again, there will be a concession stand over there on that back side of the Fine Arts Center for the gym and the Fine Arts Center to share.
All right, we're back down on the field level of the new Panther pit. A lot of construction happening around us here. And the one thing that I think a lot of folks have talked to me about, and maybe even ask you, and I know we've gotten some comments on some of these videos, is the Wall of Honor. The old Panther pit, there was a Wall of Honor, but we're moving that to this one, right?
Yes, we are. I have all of those plaques in hand, and the Wall of Honor will be over here on what we're calling the zigzag wall. We'll pick out a place there for the Wall of Honor, and all of that will be a place there for the families that have donated and done those things, for that, to enjoy that piece of it.
Well, there's a lot going on. We've gone through this whole construction site. More will happen over the next month, so join us next month in December for the next edition of the Construction Update. Welcome you back inside of the Panther Den. At the break of the boys varsity, it's the Panthers up over the Braves, 42-25. Both teams have a lot of things to be happy about in that first half. Franklin kind of went cold from the floor there about midway through the second quarter. A bit of a frenetic pace, though, in the first quarter. We even had a technical foul on Jimmy Cleveland, his first night as the Cherokee boys coach. They teed him up 2 minutes into the game, and so the rest of the way, they'll to make sure that the bench doesn't get very animated over there. Both teams are ready to go as they're back out of the locker room. We've got 8 minutes up on the scoreboard. Looks like the officials are ready, so we're going to get the second half underway. Panthers looking for their second victory in the young season. Cherokee looking for their first victory Girls action previously, it was all Lady Braves, as we didn't get that one underway till about almost 7:30. Because the JV girls game went almost 2 hours and went to overtime. The Lady Braves coming out victorious by 4. So it's the Braves that'll have the opening possession here in the second half. Top of the key, Stevens will attempt and can't hit. Tisa had it briefly. Gives it up. Now got a feed underneath. Spinning and shooting. It's Lance Parker. Can't get the roll. Parker able to get his own rebound. Save it. Will Rowers with it. Finds McConnell. McConnell's fadeaway jumper wouldn't go in the paint. We've got a traveling violation on Cherokee. Dylan Beam shuffled his feet. So it's McConnell that'll get it in. Into Rowers, catch and shoot 3 off the mark. And a fight for it. And it will be saved into the hands of Tisa. Over it goes Hervey. 3, got it. Peyton Hervey from downtown to get the scoring going for the Panthers here in the second half. Cherokee tries to answer and can't. Panthers attack. Will Rowers picks up where he left off in the first half. Beam bounces one underneath that's intercepted somehow, stayed in bounds to Tisa. Franklin going to turn it over on their end of the court. Sanook feeds off the glass, nice play. They're going to count it and 1. Or was it an offensive or goaltending? Okay, that's what it was. I'll say goaltending. They'll count it. 20-point advantage for the Panthers at 47-27. Gavin McConnell backs it out. Or Gunnar McConnell. Gunnar McConnell to the hole. And Gunnar McConnell will be at the line for 2 shots. Foul going to be whistled on Dylan Beam. First on Cherokee, third on Dylan Beam. First one up and good for Gunnar McConnell. He'll have one more. Can't hit the second. Rebound picked up by the Panthers eventually. It's McConnell. He's going to back it out. Now going to feed. Over the back, they'll whistle Mac Burgess. Over the back of Lance Parker. That'll be the second on Cherokee here in the third quarter. Draylon Ledford going to check in as Mac Burgess picks up his third foul. And we've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it here because we have not talked about the schedule upcoming for the Panthers. Cherokee in action tomorrow night. Franklin going to be in action on Monday, traveling to Bryson City to take on the Swain County Maroon Devils in another non-conference ball game. 4 non-conference games to begin the year. A trip to Weaverville on Tuesday to take on the North Buncombe Blackhawks, and then conference play. Mountain 8 conference action tips off on Friday night for the Panthers of the East Henderson Eagles in East Flat Rock. Another non-conference tilt on the 15th of the month. Another Monday night affair. Have a bunch of Monday night affairs in the month of December, 4 to be exact. Another one in the Catamount Clash of the Conferences on December 22nd. And sandwiched in between a home date with the Brevard Blue Devils and a trip to Canton to take on the Black Bears. And the Battle of the Stage tournament is back for 2025 for the Panthers. They'll travel to Hiawassee, Georgia. Towns County High School. They'll play Chesney out of South Carolina to begin that tournament. And then if you win or if you lose determines the other opponents. Inbounds pass secured by Lance Parker, and then an immediate whistle and another foul going against Cherokee. Sanook picks it up, his second, third on Cherokee. McConnell gets it into Jack Tisateski. And Jack on the dribble, pulls up. Nice move. Tisateski makes it an even 50 for the Panthers. Watch this. Whoop. So we get back to live action. Cherokee going to turn it over after an attempt from the corner. Franklin with some issues. Tisateski on the floor, rolling around, and with a lot of whistles. Jump ball possession arrow going to stay with Franklin. Fans up here want to make sure they clean the floor up. So there were a lot of bodies on the floor. I think that's what they're going to do here and try to get a towel out here. Maybe not. Jack's just doing the shuffle. I guess they're not going to bring a towel out. High pass. Hernandez with it. Swings it over to Stevens, and it goes underneath. Now we've got another whistle and a foul on Franklin this time. It'll be the first going against the Panthers. Third on McConnell. Now Gunnar McConnell got a quick couple of fouls in that first half. Didn't see much. He didn't like that. He came into the game to begin this third quarter. Now he's got 3 fouls. Corner 3 off the mark. Panthers race out and a foul. They're not going to count the bucket. Jack Tisateski wanted the continuation, like an NBA continuation, but he's not going to get it. The foul going against Sanook is third, fourth on Cherokee. McConnell looks to get it in, but before, another foul. It's on Hernandez. Work it on Tisateski. That'll be his third, fifth on Cherokee's 2 shots. Some time went off the clock. Yeah, they're going to reset the clock to 5:20. A couple of seconds went off. Jack Tisateski got the line. Third foul on Hernandez. First one up and good for Tisateski. Second opportunity and nothing but net for Jack. Hernandez going to swing it around. Now underneath with the pass, Stevens couldn't connect into the hands of Franklin. It's Gunnar McConnell up court. McConnell dribbling. Dishes. Jack feeds. Lance Parker lost control. Going to find Will Rowers. Rowers no look pass to Parker. He gets caught up double team, finds Will Rowers cutting to the hole. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound Cherokee. Coming out with it is Stamper. His pass knocked away, and it'll head out of bounds off of Gunnar McConnell. Cherokee resets in front of their own, or in front of the scores table, rather. Oh, it's Hernandez up top, attacking, kicking. That one wouldn't fall. Coming out with it is Lance Parker. Finds McConnell. He slips. Where the fans behind me wanted them to clean up the floor, he slipped. Watch this. Whoop. Hernandez with it. Hernandez gives it up. Just inside the arc. Wouldn't fall for Sanook. Right corner three, no. Saved out of bounds. McConnell feeds Will Rowers. Three, no. On the board, we're heading the other way. Well away from the basketball. Is that on McConnell? No, going against Peyton Hervey. His third. Second, whistled on Franklin here in this third quarter. Under 4 minutes left. 3:48 with a moving clock. Hernandez lost control. Franklin comes out with it. And then they lose control of it. Counted and one. For Sanook, he'll be at the line. The old-fashioned three-point play. They didn't give the foul to, is it Parker or Tisateski? Now they're giving it to Tisateski. Must have been on the other side. We couldn't see from that view. He hung on to him, I believe. Third on Franklin, third on Tisateski. Cherokee over the limit. It's Sanook at the line for one shot. And he gets it to go. Gunnar McConnell gives it up to Parker. Baseline jumper, no. McConnell skies for the rebound. Gets tied up underneath. Got to feed it up top. Will Rowers driving, kicking. Tisateski, three. Jack Tisateski from downtown. 27-point advantage for the Panthers. We approach 3 minutes left. Running shot in the paint. We got a whistle. Was he in the act of shooting? I believe he was. You see the shot from the corner. Tisateski hits that one. Free throws about to be attempted by Dylan Beam. That foul on Lance Parker, his third. Gunnar McConnell with three. Rowers with three. Parker with three. First shot up and good. Fourth whistled on Franklin this half. 3:13 to go in the third. One more at the line for Beam. He gets it to go. Tisateski into the front court. Rowers now going to feed. Parker gets position, can't get it to go, got his own rebound, and he gets fouled before he goes up to get that shot. It will not count. He got undercut. Stamper will pick up the foul. Two shots for Lance Parker, the junior. Wholesale substitutions coming in for Coach Cleveland and Cherokee. And Ledford into the game. Looks like Burgess also checking in. Panther into the game, along with Traylon Carey. And it looks like Saylor in too. Yeah, Jonathan Saylor. The new five on the floor for Cleveland. One more at the stripe for Lance Parker. Rims out. Rebound Ledford. Panther runs the point for Coach Cleveland. Calls out the offense. Dishes over to Saylor. Saylor now will find Carey. He can't get it to go. Down court. Rowers feeds Sutton, lost control. It's picked up by Parker. Then he gets his shot blocked. Down court it goes. Panther to the hole. Wouldn't go. Fight for it. Gunnar McConnell came out with it, and he got fouled. So we'll head down to the other end for some shots. Burgess going to pick up the foul. That'll be his fourth foul. Mac Burgess, a sophomore, with 4 fouls. As Gunnar McConnell will be at the line for couple of shots. 2:30 left here in the third. But again, we are glad that you have decided to spend your evening with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. We welcome all Cherokee Braves fans that are tuned in tonight. Appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook. Follow our Instagram page. Keep track of what's going on with us. When we go live, all of our broadcasts scheduled. Jake Pendergrass into the game for Coach Doug Clemens. He lost his shoe to trailing carry. It's out there on the floor. Watch this. He just ran out of a shoe. Planted and whoop. And lace him up tight. Panther between the circles. Over to Saylor. Saylor going to feed. Stolen away. Will Rowers. Just about 2 minutes left. Finds Wilson, who's checked in. A deep three for Jackson Wilson. Hits. Jackson Wilson. Panther on the dribble. Kicks. Crow. Some issues. Secures it. Gives it up to Saylor. Saylor now going to bounce a pass. Knocked away. Picks it back up. Does Panther. Finds Saylor. Saylor lost control. It's out of bounds. Going to stay with Cherokee. Watch this deep three. He's on the, took a step in front of the Coach Tom Raby basketball text on the court over there. With Jackson Wilson. Saylor to trigger for Cherokee. And it goes Ledford. No. Franklin will secure the rebound. Peyton Hervey up top. Driving in. He'll kick it out. It's Pendergrass for three. Panther with the rebound. Panther feeds into the corner. Saylor going to now find Draylon Ledford. And the post knocked away. And they'll say last touch by Ledford. So goes back to Franklin with 69 seconds left in the third quarter. A lot of fans have hit the exits. It was a packed house here. The beginning of the boys' ball game, really at the beginning of the girls too, as the back-to-back defending state champion Lady Braves took to the court for the first time since they won that one last year in Winston-Salem, won the second state championship. Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum, Wake Forest. 36 seconds left here in the third. Panther side to side with that dribble. Carey had it briefly, finds Saylor. Now Crow has a pass, knocked away, fight for it, jump ball, possession arrow, going to stay with Cherokee. 15.8 seconds left here in the third. 31-point lead for Franklin. If you're wondering about the running clock rule, it's changed to 35 points, so 4 points away from that. Saw it in the first ball game of the night, varsity girls. Down to 3 seconds, down to 2 seconds, down to 1. Did he get it off? Foul at the buzzer. And we'll have some free throw shots on the other side of the break. 63-32 after 3 quarters. Are they going to shoot the free throws first? It appears they will. So free throws coming up for Panther. Foul going against Sutton. Attic Sutton's first foul. As the first shot goes in. One more at the stripe for LJ Panther. And it's up and good. Fourth quarter coming up, and we come back right after this.
Need underbrush cleared? Have a stump that needs grinding? A tree that's become a hazard on your property? Call Carson Tree Service for a free estimate today. Whether it's landscaping or view cuts, he can help. Fully licensed and insured. Call Cheyenne Carson at 828-526-6213. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
It'll be Panther basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. Attic Sutton on the dribble, driving. He gets fouled. Be at the line, Will Addicks. Let's see, that's going to be on Carey, Traylon Carey, his first foul for the senior. 2 shots for Attic Sutton. First one rolls in good. Back to a 30-point advantage for the Panthers. And the second one falls. Panther swings it into the corner. It's Carey. Carey dishes up top. Bark lifts a shot just inside the arc. It wouldn't fall. Rebound saved into the hands of the Panthers. Attic Sutton down court. It's McConnell. McConnell finds Attic Sutton. Jackson Wilson's open, a deep three. That's what he loves to do. Can't leave Jackson Wilson open. Good gracious. It's on the volleyball line, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the out-of-bounds line for volleyball. One more point from a running clock differential here. Carey kicks into the corner three. Off the mark. Rebound Ledford. His shot wouldn't go. Jackson Wilson down court. Wilson feeds. It's Attic Sutton now underneath. McConnell gets caught up. High pass. It'll be secured by Jackson Wilson. Over to McConnell. McConnell on the dribble to the hole. And he'll be at the line for a couple. Foul whistled on LJ Panther. His third, and it's the second on Cherokee. 2 shots here. Hits the first. It should trigger the running clock after this second free throw. LJ Panther kicks it over to Carey. Carey now lifts it past Ledford. Holds it high up top. Now going to feed into the paint. Panther will be at the line. Panther for one shot. Couldn't get it to go. Attic Sutton brings it out. Swings it over to Pendergrass. Gets plugged up. Finds Wilson up top. He can't get it from downtown. The rebound, it's secured by Bennett. Kicks it out. Pendergrass 3, no. Rebound Saylor, and we've got a whistle and a foul going against Franklin, I believe. Gunnar McConnell? No, going against Pendergrass. That'll be his first team's second foul. As you see, the clock continues to tick, even though we're under that 35-point threshold. Once you cross it, doesn't matter. The clock continues to tick. So we will have a very quick final 5 minutes and 15 seconds of this fourth quarter. Panther pulls up, big fist for Coach Cleveland, calls out the offense. Now we've got a moving screen on Cherokee. Saylor picks it up. I think it's going to be probably out. You saw at the top of the screen there, out of our camera view there, a moving screen. Bennett has it, swings it into the corner. Paxton Sutton had it briefly. Bennett couldn't get it. Out of bounds, and it's going over to Cherokee. Bark underneath, lost control. Carey has it, top of the key, no. Saylor able to get the rebound and the stick back. Jonathan Saylor cuts into that Panther lead. Down to 4 minutes left. Steele up top. Ledford feeds, blocked, and a foul. Sends trailing Carey to the line. David Bennett picks up the foul, his first. One more for Carey. And he got the second to go. Get some subs coming in here. Jake Pendergrass is checked back into the game for Coach Doug Plemons. A lot of folks hitting the exits. We're almost at 10 o'clock. On a school night. Underneath, it's Bennett. Bennett secures it, kicks it out. It's a three by Sutton that wouldn't go from the corner. Now Bark racing. Gets fouled. Taven Bark, I believe he was in the act of shooting. That will be just the fourth foul on Franklin, so no shots here. Are they going to say he was in the act? No. The clock continues to tick. Cherokee in action tomorrow against Natahala. Franklin in action coming up Monday in Bryson City. Maroon Devils. David Bark able to get the bucket there. Now, a minute 50 left. George Young, along with our fantastic FPSN crew, have not given them enough shout-outs tonight. It's been a long night. You get here about 5 o'clock, 5:30-ish, ready to start about 6:15, 6:30, and then have to wait an hour before we go on because they stack 4 games up, and you never know when you had a JV girls game that lasted nearly 2 hours. That set everybody back. And the thing about it is both these games, the varsity games, have had a running clock in the second half. 2 shots upcoming for Traylon Carey. Philip Angel, our executive producer, along with Spencer Lee and Joshua Chastain on our cameras tonight, our man cameras. Done a fantastic job. Our next video broadcast will be coming up on December the 16th. That is when Franklin hosts the Brevard Blue Devils. Between now and then, we are seeing if we can get some audio-only broadcasts as Kalen Chavis hits that one. It's the trifecta. Kalen Chavis gets his name in the scoring column on the varsity level. And we'll keep you up to date about the audio-only deals. That's some NFHS games that they have the rights to coming up. And on Monday, I believe the Maroon Devil Network will have that one behind their paywall on YouTube. I don't really know how to access that, but you may be able to find the game there if you want to watch it on the Maroon Devil Network, Swain County. All right, that'll do it. Franklin wins tonight in the fourth game of the night here at the Panther Den. Final varsity game 73-41. The varsity boys side, the Lady Braves clipped the Panthers in a rout earlier tonight. They go to 1-0. Do the Lady Braves. The Lady Panthers fell to 0-2. Franklin boys varsity goes to 2-0 on the young season, and the Braves fall to 0-1 in the first game for Coach Jimmy Cleveland. All right, that's going to wrap things up for our broadcast tonight. Again, our fantastic FPSN crew, including Spencer and Joshua and Phillip, pulling double duty this week on a game on Tuesday night and a game tonight. We'll see you on the 16th, definitely, for our next video broadcast. For all involved, I'm George Young. Until next time, so long, everybody.